Hello. Welcome to another tutorial. When you want to understand it, then think and call for me. My name is DJs. Here is another tutorial on broadcast connections. Last time we spoke about broadcast connection, we are talking about what you need for each type of connections, what you need for every specific connections. Today we are going to be moving to the case one. Let's say case one or type one of the connections, and that involve using a PC and your entry level mixers. I promise to show a picture of an intercon. Here is a picture of an intercon here to plug into your mixers. So why do we use intercon? Just to secure the wire intact so it doesn't pull out, or maybe mistakenly somebody hits it and it pulls out. So that's what you are assigned to figure out. So there are some notes to this now. So when you will see for the case one, when you see any white cable, it means you are using that's a network cable. So the one you plug to your AES, plug to just see a network cable. That's your let's say your RJ45 with the Ethercon. So the next one we're going to be looking at is the yellow cable. When you see a yellow cable, it means a analog cable. Just your normal cable you plug to run your mic cable, your majorly your mic cable, so connection cable. Another cable which is blue, this is a USB cable. Like we showed in the here's the USB cable here. So this is the USB cable that's going to be plugged in that particular port. Now to talk about the connections in details, I don't have a M32 mixer here, so I'm going to be using the edit to explain what I'm trying to show to you. So why am I using M32 and this digital snake? M32, I'm doing this because most of mixers in the range of M32 are, I don't call them semi-pro mixers. I just call them entry level digital mixers. They're just digital mixer, but you're not a semi-pro digital mixers. When you're talking about a semi-pro, we start from Behringer Wing. So that's where we can say this is a semi-pro mixer. But this M32, X32, Resonance Live, and what have you, all are still in the range of entry level digital mixers. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's do a proper connection. So after we have done all this, then we'll move to our edit. So here comes the edit. We want to do anything on this place, we have to go to the routing. So routing now, and I should just tell you this, routing is to be done very meticulously, because like I always tell my friends when we are working together, routing is king. Whatever you do, you have to be very careful of your routing, else when you route, you test, then you can know what you have done is correct or not. So we go to the input. Like I said, this our M32 is just an entry level mixer. You can see is when you want to route is done in blocks. You don't have the flexibility to just pick around where you want to go. Unlike Wing now, you can pick, okay, I want this one, I want this one to be mapped to this. You can map wherever how you like, but here you can't do that. It's very rigid. Now, when you are doing routing to the inputs now, it's me you can see here local AES, AES50B card, the user in. What this implies is that from where the source means from where do we pick from? Where are we the channel means where are we sending to? So the on top means where are we getting it from? The channel means where are we sending to? So are we getting our inputs from local? No, because we are, but if you don't have um an digital snake, then you are using your local. But since we have a digital snake, we go from here one, and being plugged to the digital snake is being plugged to AES 50E ports. So we go from 1 to 8, 9 to 16, 17 to 24, and then 25 to 32. So now everything here now, it means everything from the DL32 is going directly to the board, to the mixer itself. So another thing we check again is the card. You can see it on local now. This means that it means from the local, what are we sending to the card? So because we are our source is from the AES, we change it also. So we go from card, we go from the AES to, so the AES is sending also to the card. But if you are using the local, you have to change this back to local. So that's another thing. So here now, if you are going to be using this case where we are using our PC for this, definitely you're going to be losing one channel, two channels actually. You're going to be losing two channels. What do I mean by you're going to be losing two channels? Because now you have to sacrifice two channel for you to get back your sound into the system itself. So how do we go about it? So since 31 and 32 is being fixed, let's use 31 and 32. First you do is you link them up. So for M32, when you want to link, you link from 29 to 30. 30 and 31 can link, is odd to even. So 29 to 30 now, when there's a, or is normally it's going to be like this, just go to channel. So channel, then you say stereo link. But when you are, after you have it's been linked up, there's another thing you have to do is again, you have to make sure it's not going, you don't, another copy is not going to the stereo out. So you take off stereo out too. After being done that, the routing now on your DAW, you have to go to your DAW. Since you can see here card is saying card 1 2 32. When you go to your DAW, it's going to be bringing it out that way, 1 to 32. But output on your, the same thing, you have 1 to 32 on your, because you sometimes you might want to use your PC as a virtual playback. So you want to do virtual mixing. So the same way. So but in that on that your playback machine, your PC itself, instead of saying the output of your machine, what you should do is you say 31 and 31 and 32, you make it appear on the stereo bus, the one you are using to, you are sending out your, the one you are sending to your broadcast. That's the one you are sending out back to the mixer, because you're just sending only to um your stereo track. You are sending your stereo, what you have mixed on your DAW, you are done mixing. So that's what you are sending back. So you have to put your 31 and 32. You have to put your 31 and 32. But in this case, we are using here, we are using 29 and 30. So you're going to be aiming for 29 and 30. So 29 and 30 now. So if you are using 31 and 32, you have to be using 31 and 32 to send back. But here I'm using 29 and 30. So you are going to be using, I am going to be using 29 and 30 to send back. So I go back to my routing, then I go say I'm saying, because I want to send back to my board. I'm going to use that in. So on the block of 29 to 30 for the input, I'm going to say one use pull from here. But for 29 and 30, I skip it, then I go to 31 and 32. So what I'm trying to say is that pull from AES, but for here, for the 29 and 30, I go to card. I say 29 and 30, pull from where? Pull from card. So the return on the card will now be an input on the board. So, but for us to do that, we now go back to the input. We go to user in, then we'll pick this. So we now have 1, 1 to 8, 9 to 16, 17 to 24. But here, 25 to 32 is a custom made input which we have designed in the user in. So here we have 25 to 28 as AES, also 31 and 32 from AES, but 29 and 30 is from the card. We are done with our routing here. The next thing we will go all out for now is the auxiliary out, because from what we have, we're saying here on this part of the mixer, these are auxiliary out. So we want to use our auxiliary out, but the auxiliary out will be connected to that channel we are using, so to send out broadcast. So why are we using the auxiliary out and why is using the channel? So we can actually control. We still have a fader control and still have a little bit of if you want to do maybe a little compression or something like that, we still have that advantage to do it. So going back to that, we now go to our auxiliary out. So our auxiliary out normally will be this way. They are insert already, but we want to customize it. So what do? We now go to that channel, go to direct out of that channel. We now go to, so we are using 5 and 6. 5 and 6. So we go to 29. 29, then 30. 29, 30. So that's so because we are sending out stereo to 29, 30. So from there now, we have this in mind. We have this now. As you can see, we now have an output from here. We can have it out on the mixer. So, and please check, don't send this to the main again, because when you are sending it, it's just going to be doubling, and definitely there's going to be some latency. We have some latency and you are playing it, want to play it back in real time, it's going to affect the sound that is coming out. So and there's going to be a little bit of phasing and it's going to be very audible. So we have to put that in mind. With this, I think we have come to the end of the tutorial. But if you don't really understand this and I don't have the chance, or maybe I could lay my hands on any M32 to really bring this out on a full, you can get back to me. So I'll do a physical video on how you can go about the routing on the actual board itself. We've come to the end of this tutorial. It's a good time for me to tell you that if you want to understand it, then think and call for me. My name is DJaz and I see you on the next one.